The Boise State Broncos will take on the BYU Cougars at 10:15 p.m. ET on Saturday at LaVell Edwards Stadium. BYU is 2-4 overall and 1-2 at home, while Boise State is 6-0 overall and 2-0 on the road. The teams have performed very differently against the spread this season. Boise State is 4-1-1, while BYU is 2-4. The Broncos are favored by 6.5 points in the latest BYU versus Boise State odds, while the over-under is set at 47. Before entering any Boise State versus BYU picks, you'll want to see the college football predictions from the model at SportsLine. The SportsLine projection model simulates every FBS college football game 10,000 times, and those who have followed it have seen huge returns. Over the past 4+ years, the proprietary computer model has generated a stunning profit of over $4,200 for $100 players on its top-rated college football picks against the spread. The model enters Week 8 of the 2019 season on a strong run, going 80-51 on its top-rated college football picks. It also called Texas, +11. Staying within the spread against Oklahoma and Alabama, -17, covering against Texas A&M in two of the biggest games last week. Anybody who has been following it is way up. Now, it has simulated BYU versus Boise State 10,000 times and the results are in. We can tell you that the model is leaning over, and it also says one side of the spread has all the value. You can only see the pick at SportsLine. There was early excitement for the Cougars after they claimed the game's first points last week, but it was South Florida who ended up claiming the victory. That was BYU's third loss in a row after knocking off Tennessee and USC in a 2-game span earlier in the season. The Cougars will have turned to quarterback Jaren Hall's place of Zach Wilson, who was dealing with a thumb injury. Meanwhile, the Broncos made easy work of Hawaii and carried off a 59-37 win in their last game. Among those leading the charge for the Broncos was RB George Holani, who picked up 64 yards on the ground on 9 carries and snatched 2 receiving TDs. 2 defensive stats to consider: the Cougars are 8th worst in the nation in rushing yards allowed per game, with 224.5 on average. To make matters even worse for the Cougars, the Broncos come into the matchup boasting the 14th fewest rushing touchdowns allowed in the league at 4. So who wins BYU versus Boise State? And which side of the spread has all the value? Visit SportsLine now to see which side of the spread to jump on, all from the advanced model that has crushed its college football picks.